Hello, my name is Jonathan Damon, and I will be doing this podcast on my experience with living in the dorms and moving into a Greek house. I started out by living in the dorms for 3 semesters, and when I joined here at University of Idaho, I never really even thought about going Greek. I just figured, hey, you come to college and you live in the dorms. I liked the dorms at first because I had lots of my own space and had lots of privacy and lots of free time to do my homework and do that. But after a while I started to realize I was spending way too much time just sitting in my dorm room by myself, and I made some friends that lived up in a Greek house, and so I started to hang out with them and come up to their house every once in a while, and I actually kind of liked it. I started to look at the financial side of things, and I realized that moving into the Greek house was actually cheaper per semester for me than living in the dorms, and so that was a major deciding factor for me. And I also liked the more social environment of Greek living. When you're in the dorms, it's easy to just sit in your room and be by yourself all day and not even talk to anybody. But living in the Greek house, there's guys up here all the time that you can just go hang out with or do homework with or do whatever. You're never alone just being bored in your room. And so I finally decided to move into the Greek house this spring. I was pretty nervous at first. I didn't really know what to expect. None of my family had ever lived in a Greek house or anything like that, so I was pretty nervous, but I've liked it so far. In the few weeks that I've lived here, I've definitely met way more people than I ever have living in the dorms. I've met a lot of new friends. I've become pretty close to a lot of the guys that live here in the house. And it does take up a lot more of my free time, and I gave up a lot of privacy from living in the dorms versus living in a Greek house, but I think the trade-off was well worth it. And so for me, living in a Greek house was a much better option for me versus living in the dorms.